and his team, they came ready to play. And I had explained to our players that, they've already played two other ACC teams, and so they weren't going to come in here and be overwhelmed with the opponent. And so credit to him and his team for coming ready to play. I thought they had us spinning defensively at times, because they cut, they screen, they set ball screens. We just got, for the first time this year defensively, I thought we got extended, got way too spread out, opened up gaps. And, they had five guys that can put it on the floor. And so, they were smart. They drew help, kicked, and then they made some shots. They didn't make shots early, but we gave them the opportunity by being poor in defensive transition. We were guarding them in the half court, but I thought our effort in defensive transition in the first half was just unacceptable. And then after that, we start getting beat to the ball, and then all that cliche stuff happens, and then they're in the game, and then they have confidence, and so we come out at half, and they go 6 out of 7 to start the second half. I call timeout, and then we stop them 8 out of 12 times, and then we finally got back in it. I thought Hunter and Efton and Camp carried us offensively, and then obviously Devin Cosby came in the second half and made shots, and that really opened it up for us. I thought Hunter did a really good job. I mean, it's pretty obvious what teams are doing. They're playing drop ball screen coverage, and when he gets past the ball screen, then they're running in there and stripping him, or running in there and making him give it up. He's coming off of it when he has to, and we got to make those. And then when he can get there, he makes shots. I thought he played really well. Cam drew 11 fouls. We got in the lane 40 times and shot 71% or 75% at the rim. We were 21 for 28. But like I said, everybody's playing the drop on us right now, at least. And so, I think Hunter's doing a really good job. When we do set ball screens, I think he's doing a great job of reading them and scoring or coming off of it. But when he comes off of it, ball's got to go in the hole. Questions?
Steve, given what your team had looked like defensively the first three games, how surprising were you?
Well, disappointed. I don't know about surprised. I was disappointed. Watching them on film, I knew they could get us spread out, and we were going to have some of those matchups that don't go in our favor defensively with big guys because they're going to get around them, at some point. But we were really good at helping and stripping. But then they were coming off of it, and then we got behind the play, and either they made a shot or they drove it again. And so I don't think I was surprised. I think I was just disappointed. I wasn't disappointed in the half court at the beginning of the game. I was disappointed in our effort defensive transition. That's how they got going. And that's not technique. That's effort. And I just don't think they were ready to go. I thought we were flat coming out.
Is that, not to put the excuse out there, but is that a residual of playing an emotional game on Sunday?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've talked to him about that because of our experience last year with Duke and Notre Dame. I think it's more probably of a one-day prep. And we got another one of those next week. No excuse, but that's how we played. Like a team that had one day to prepare for a team, and then we just kind of half-step defensive transition. Again, we're pretty tight early, defensively early. Now, after they got going and got spread out and got going in transition, then we got spread out, and they started to get what they wanted. And obviously, Dean's an athletic kid, and he made some athletic plays. They made some plays. And then all of a sudden, some of those threes just start going in. And then you're behind the play, and now you got a game. And, I told them, you only get one of these a year. Like there's a lot of teams today that tonight or this week or when we're going to lose one of these, you get one of these. And you've already spent it. Okay, and so understand that.
Steve, a couple games ago you closed with Parker at the 3.
Yeah.
Last game you closed with Juke. Today you closed with Davin for the most part. Is that kind of how you're handling that 3, just like kind of as a committee and just saying who plays what?
Yeah, I mean, until somebody steps up and consistently plays on both ends, then that's the way it'll be. And it's no disrespect to them. I mean, obviously Parker's not shooting the ball well, but he's still doing a pretty good dang job defensively, even though he got stuck on Dean a couple times underneath the basket because we were switching. But Dean put Trey in a basket too now. I mean, he was putting everybody in a basket down there. So it's not just him. I thought, Juke had some good moments again. But again, he's a freshman. And he also had some moments defensively where he hurt us because, he got caught going under the ball screen, and he can't do that at this level. And we've talked about that. DC obviously, he came in and shot the ball with a lot of confidence. And then he had 3 steals too. So, that means, he was probably in the right position most. I have to go back and look. But I was happy for him, to do that. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it'll probably be for a while unless somebody just steps up and takes it.
Also about Devin is with like 2:34 to go in the game, tied ball game. It seems like you set up a play to get him a shot, which he's not played that much, and you seem to have a lot of confidence.
I do. He's a really good shooter, and we knew we could get that look probably off that flare, and we did a really good job of executing it coming out of the timeout, and he got a great look and knocked it in, and so credit to him and the credit to our team for executing out of the timeout. It was kind of going back and forth, and then we got a little tired. We were already at the under. We could have waited for the media, but I felt like we needed to get a good look. So we called a timeout and dialed something up.
From a team perspective, what's the key to kind of get the three-point shooting going for everyone?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have there's no. I told them after the game, there's no magic words for that. Let's get out of your head and put the work in. Now they're putting the work in. Just stay with it. We always judge them on the quality of the shot too. And so, I told him tonight, like, a couple times, you miss a couple, okay, shot fake, get in there. They're flying out there at you, drive it in there and get fouled. We're in the double bonus early. Why are we settling? We threw it into Epton as much as we could, but they were doubling him too. It's pretty obvious they're going to double him in the post. They're going to run at Hunter on penetration. And so, it's really, to me, it's repetition. It's believing in yourself and stepping up and making them. Because at some point, you're going to have to make them. Everybody's, you can do something. We're doing what we have to do. Hunter is getting a lot of attention. Hunter, you can put him off the ball. He's still getting the attention because he's going to drive it. And he's going to get in there, and he's going to make plays to score. But there's going to come times when they come running in there and just flood the ball. He's coming off of it. And when he does, those got to go in. Or you got to drive it and play to the next. And so that's just kind of where it's at. Now, we ended up shooting 50% from the field. What are we supposed to do? Is that not acceptable? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so, no, it's something we just got to continue to keep improving on.
Steve, it was kind of a tale of two halves for Cam Hildreth.
Yeah.
First half, really offensively, he wasn't shooting the ball well. He was getting fouls, but wasn't shooting well. But then really the last 2-3 minutes of the game, he dialed it up on both sides. How much trust do you have in him to kind of close those games out?
A lot. And I got on him to be honest with you, I got on him pretty good during a couple timeouts there in the second half because I just didn't like the way he was playing. Not his effort. Just his overall way he was playing. And, he should have laid one up that he tried to dunk. He missed 2 of those plays where we lobbed to the rim and he's wide open. I mean, he had 18. He should have probably had 26. But yeah, I trust him, and because he's gonna always give you the great effort, and he cares about winning. He's gonna do some silly things once in a while, but. We've talked about that. We've watched a lot of film. But, yeah, I mean, that's who our team is. We have to put our trust in Cameron and Hunter and Efton. Trey wasn't much of a factor tonight, And so, again, we need consistency. Can't play great in the big game and then not show up in the next game. And so that's something we just got to play through and get better at.
With the news that came out today about Omaha, how important is it to rally around him, and how important is it for guys like Churchill or other players to take pronounced roles?
Well, yeah, good. Everybody's gonna rally around Omaha because he's a great guy. He's a great teammate, and everybody cares about him. And so you got to do what's best ultimately for the player, right? Listen, he wants to play really bad, okay? Because that's what he came here to do, And he broke his foot in May, last day of school at Iowa State. He had broke his fifth metatarsal, as they call it, a Jones fracture. He went to New York City. The team doctor for the Nets, operated on him. Had a good surgery, a good result. Went through the summer. Worked his tail off to rehab. Got back about the end of 1st of August, like the last week of practice. Was looking great. Went home, did the right things, came back. We practiced for about a week, and then he started to feel a little pain. Okay, we took pictures again, and MRI, all that stuff. It was fine. So we just shut him down a little bit, for September till we started September 23rd, guys, when we start full practice, and then he went full gas, and he was doing great, And unfortunately, a week ago against Coppin, he went in and dunked it, and he felt something, And so, but he still wanted to play. So we had some choices to make, and we chose, load management, time management, which I told you guys. And so he played through it, man. He did it against A&T. He did it. He helped against Michigan. But then he went back to see another doctor yesterday, and it's just the doctor here and the doctor and his surgeon in New York were just on the same page about, hey, look, we got to go in and do it's like a bone graft. It's not, the screw's fine in his foot, but it just needs cleaned up. And so, it's a hard choice for him because it's like Cameron last year. Cameron wanted to play, and so he chose to play, and I think that's what he wants to do. But that's not what's best for him right now, health-wise. It's just not. And so we're all on the same page. I'm not bringing Marcus back off red shirt, so don't ask me. I'm going to play Juke more and play Devin more. We could play Juke at the 4. We could play Cameron at the 4 even when we need to, which we have. Omaha played a lot of 5, so we'll play Church at the 5 behind Efton. Not doing it because last year Marcus played minutes, and then Damari came in, and then he didn't play no more. Not fair to him. So I'm going to do that again to him? No, not. So Omaha wants to play this year, and so far as right now, that's what the plan is. Now, we'll see, but that's the plan is he's coming back to play. And so, no, I am not taking Marcus off red shirt.
Who would possibly ask a question like that, Steve?
That's a fair question. I'm not scolding you because it's an unfair question. I'm just saying I answered it.
What did you see out of Churchill today? And I'm assuming he's on a little bit of a pitch count right now himself.
No, he's not on a pitch count. He's on he fouled a couple times there. One of them wasn't his fault, though. Cameron took off too fast in the ball screen, didn't let him set it. I like his energy. I always have liked his energy, in practice. He plays really hard, and you saw it tonight. He drew a couple fouls. He got an offensive rebound. I think he's going to be fine. Hopefully we can get him in there and play more. I envision him playing more against the bigger, more physical, high major teams, not the low major ones that spreads you out and have 5 guards out there, right? And everybody can shoot a 3. It's hard, and so I'm fine with him, and he's excited. I've talked to him today or yesterday, told him you're in the rotation, you're going to play. And so, I'm looking forward to getting him out there some more.
Anything new on Tyler?
No, it's just my decision. I'm going to play the players I feel like give us the best chance to win. That doesn't mean he won't in the next game or the next 2 games or a week from now. I don't know. It comes in practice, and we had 1 practice before we played. So he'll get out there. But I played Cam and I played Hunter and Cam at the point, and I had 11 assists between them. So and they scored it. They probably turned it over a little bit too much, but we'll work on that. But they did fine.
traveling this weekend to Cincinnati for the Skip Prosser Classic against Xavier. What does that game mean to you and having a chance to play another good team on the road?
Yeah, I've said this before. I have a lot of respect for Skip, not only as a coach but as a person. And I know his son Mark really well, And so I said something tonight. Skip always said you never want to delay gratitude. I said I had to do that tonight in the locker room after the game. But I'm sure Skip was looking at me going, I get it. I understand, Steve. I've been there. Great human being, icon here. Somebody that I've never heard. I don't think I've ever heard anybody saying bad about Skip Prosser in Winston-Salem. I don't think I ever have. The game's a testament to him. It's something we should have had done. It was supposed to be played when I got the job, but it just kept getting pushed because we owed him a home game up there. So we're going to go, and we're going to play a nationally ranked team and a well-coached team and a hard and a really tough environment. I've had two really big-time experiences in there as an assistant and as a head coach. And so I know I get it, and I know we better be ready to play. And if we play like that, it won't be good. But I told him the same thing after we played A&T. I said, if we play like that against Michigan, it's not going to be good. And we didn't, but it's consistency in effort and in just playing the game to our standard. And we didn't do that tonight. And I don't want to take anything away from USC Upstate. I don't like doing that because I've been on that side of it, guys. I've won those games. I have. And it happened just like that, where the team just came out, half-stepped it. And guess what happened? When the buzzer went off, they were sad. And at the end, and this is the only positive thing about it. 10 years from now, it'll say W instead of L. And so I'd much rather win than lose. I don't like winning that way, and that's something we got to continue to work on. It's week 2 of the season, and so we do. I mean, we got a lot of things to work on, and we just don't have a lot of time because the games keep coming and coming and coming. And so we got to learn and do this on the fly as well.
Steve, I think you posted yesterday that Janetta got to drive
by
herself. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means everything. I appreciate you asking. I mean, put yourself in a person's shoes like her who, lost total independence. What I mean by that is when you can't drive and your husband's a major college head basketball coach who's never home and your 3 children are grown, you're home by yourself. And, she's been married to me. We've been married 36 years. She's been used to doing her own thing. She had to. She couldn't wait on me. So now she has no ability to drive. She's isolated. So no offense to Uber out there, but she didn't really she used it. But, so we went driving. She went driving with Christopher last week. She went driving with me just the other day. And then, because she hasn't driven in over a year and a half. She woke up yesterday. She wanted to go swimming. She wanted to know if I wanted to go. I said, nah. And she got in the car and drove. Now, I will say this. She doesn't know this. I was like that when my daughter Liz was 16 and she drove out the driveway for the first time. I was looking around the corner like, okay. She did great. And I think, she felt really good about it. Now, how far else she can venture out, I don't know. But it's a start. She did inform me that I had to buy her another car. So when she had the stroke, we gave the truck to my son just because he needed it and to help move things around. And so she informed me yesterday that's what she was getting for Christmas. I said, oh, great, good to know. Glad to know that. So yeah, it's a big thing, in the realm of things where we were at, considering where we were at a year ago. Right now, it's amazing to me that she's done the things that she's done, and she's got a great attitude, and she's going to continue to work at it. All right, boys. Thank you.